Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. Happy Friday. How are you doing today? I hope your week was glamorous and full of glam. And so Kyra has released another, the person that is uploading her lives, Kyra must hate this person because Kyra, you have to pay to go to these things, right? And comment on them, and then we get to snark on them. So shout out to the real hero of all this, and that's the person that's posting these lives for free. It's awesome. I love these ones because we get to go into the inner sanctum of her followers and read the comments, and some people are haters and stuff. It's actually quite hilarious. But before we do that, we spin the wheel on Fridays. But I'm not gonna lie, I am sore today. Okay, sore. So I'm not gonna dance much. Bring the kids on in for some dancing, right? But make sure kids don't watch the show. It's too adult for kids. If they're babies, that's fine.
Yeah, baby.
Dance! Woo! The Rolling Gangsters. That's a pretty cool name, not gonna lie. Reach out to Josh at thedadchallengepodcast.com with your shirt size and your address, and I'm gonna hook you up. Otherwise, let's get to the snark. So I have no idea what she's going to say in this video. I have no idea. But I'm sure it's going to be really stupid. I think she calls it Wine Wednesday is what you call it. And this was filmed yesterday. And I think part of it, if you go on the Reddit thread and stuff, people post snippets of this whole thing. I haven't had a chance to watch any of them. But I think the gist of this one is that she's responding to Oscar's video. And so let's see how much more of a hole she puts herself in. Shall we? Okay.
Level of exhaustion, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's read some comments. Oh, there's just people joining.
I'm doing this later than normal, too. I realized I didn't fully intend to do that, but it's kind of good because we were busy today.
Busy doing what? You don't do anything. You don't go here. Apparently, Presticles has a job. So what do you mean you were busy today? You don't do shit.
Hi, Mackenzie. Occasionally,
Hey, okay.
I feel like I'm just not in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just got a notification I have my therapy appointment tomorrow. I missed last week, and you guys, I could tell. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe you should have done therapy before you threw your family into a garbage disposal. Hey? Just saying. I'm just spitballing ideas, you know?
Let's put it that way.
But ever since I did the video about her talking about how she can't have babies, there is 5 more videos, by the way, that she's put out in the past at OK Baby, and they talk about it a lot. A lot. So the fact that she's just willy-nilly going to try to get pregnant and just thinks and to make her haters angry is absolutely mind-boggling. I don't think that they're lying. I don't think they're lying for videos. I don't think it was a lie at all. Unless it's a lie that she's perpetuating and Oscar just believed. Because I honestly can't believe someone would just say, I'm going to get mega super pregnant, three lines on the pregnancy stick on my wedding night. I get you hate your haters, Kyra, but don't put your life in danger to piss off your Reddit forum, okay? It's not worth it. They'll laugh at you. They will laugh at your grave. Don't have kids. It will kill you. Get a thing. Adopt. No, don't adopt. Don't adopt. Rent a body or whatever you call surrogacy. Get one of those. Try that. Maybe handle.
Do I have chapstick in here?
Oh my jeez. I have some chapstick in my sex drawer. Careful. That's maybe where the chin zits are coming from. Careful.
Things like that.
What else did you use it for?
There's hair all over me. Oh my gosh. Are you guys drinking wine? Do we have water? Do we have tea? What's the vibe here?
Grape juice.
I've also been drinking a calm powder that I got from Costco. Have any of you?
Here's what you should do. If you want to just drink to better yourself, water. Water solves all problems. All of it. Don't be drinking shit and you get drunk. Water, right? If you're in the desert and you're thirsty, water. If you look like you're 50 when you're 25, water. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there.
You guys ever tried that? I've been drinking that. Well, I actually just tried it last night for the first time in a...
Madison is so excited for this live. Wow, Madison. You're a loser. What a loser. Is this what you wait for, these lives? You're a loser.
I'm going to drink it after this.
That's a big ass glass of wine.
I should have freaking brought the bottle down here to show you guys. It's so good. Tea. I also have these on my nightstand.
Charleston.
Love. These are
Charleston shoes.
really good. If you guys like Charleston shoes, like when I was younger, I used to love those. The magnesium powder, yes. It's called Calm, but I did see that it's like a magnesium powder. It's like the raspberry lemon, I think. I'm sorry, I do feel bad about doing it later. Most people prefer I do it at 8.
I prefer you don't do it at all. Actually, that's a lie. I love snarking on it. I'm glad you do it, Kyra. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you've decided to keep doing these shitty videos.
To 8:30? Okay, sorry. I shouldn't be eating this while I do this because it's so...
Yeah, I'm going to fast forward that because I don't want to...
I didn't post it, like, soon enough to do relationship advice. Good question. So, today we're going to do kind of... Lucy is having...
Don't lie, Kyra. You just farted. Don't lie. Don't lie.
a heyday eating her own tail. Girl.
We can't see it. You're laughing like we're here in the room with you. You weirdo. We don't see it.
So weird.
Your light sucks.
Today we're going to do like kind of a mixture. A Q&A, of course, if you have a question, you can most definitely ask it. Any question under no theme. I also wanted to do relationship advice.
Imagine a big part of your like live paycheck, your like Instagram paycheck comes from people who hate you. People hate you so badly they'll literally pay you to troll you in your comments. I mean they shouldn't because you're laughing all the way to the bank, but eventually you're probably not laughing. You know what I'm saying?
/ things I learned after a breakup. So if you have questions related to those things, definitely feel free to ask.
Oh yeah, we definitely want your advice on what to do after a breakup. You're definitely somebody we're looking for advice from on those things. Don't take advice from Kyra, but she broke up her family for Presticle's taint. Okay? She's a liar, too, about the whole thing. A complete a-hole liar. I love her Reddit thread because these people have receipts on receipts. Check it out.
Okay, first question. This is the most commonly asked question, which I think is kind of crazy, but also I get it. I would ask the same thing to somebody else.
By the way, so like, I think a year ago, she looks 5 years younger. Kyra, your body does not agree with your new lifestyle. You have aged 10 years in 1 year. What is going on? Did somebody steal your youth or something? What are you giving blood to some rich Hollywood actress? What's going on?
If they were going through this, and that is if I'm dating, the answer is heck no. I'm
liar. Absolutely
terrified to date again.
Liar. That's delicious. What a damned liar. And now we know she's lying. So, just saying, I wanted to point that out. Thanks, Reddit.
Usually for themes, when I post the theme, I like to do it a few days before the live so that you guys have time to send in messages because I know that the comments are limited. But I didn't post it, like, soon enough. So I just didn't...
Why does your hair look like a unicorn's pubes? Get a different color. All right? Chill.
Ask people to message me, and I figured we can do it on here. It's been so busy. I mean, it's obviously like having kids in life is just busy as it is.
It?
But I feel like recently
you don't do anything.
I think just because it's the end of summer and I'm trying to do the most with the least amount of time, I feel like I really...
Your ring's ugly. Yeah. I don't know.
Been extra busy. I would love to know what your first pregnancy symptoms. That's a really good question. Gosh, it's been a while now. I would have to say probably, but tiredness is always one of the first ones for me.
You're always out of breath. You have no cardio. Get cardio.
You had a facial today? Oh, girl, I'm so jealous. Are you ready for the kids to go back to school? Yes. It's like bittersweet.
Will you be having an engagement party? If so, when are you guys thinking about doing it? They're not going to have an engagement party because you know what you need to have at a party? People. And friends and shit. They don't have any of those things, so... Maybe they'll invite some girls over for some threesomes.
Because I've loved doing such fun things with them, especially transitioning into having them pretty much...
You haven't done anything with your kids. You've traveled like 3 times this summer away from your kids. So I don't want to hear that you've done fun things with your kids.
Full time other than a little bit of the weekend when they go with their dad.
There it is. Kyra, I know you probably didn't watch it. She watched it. But what was your thought on Oscar's video? I was shook. Are you still friendly? Okay with him? She watched Oscar's video. 100.
We've really gotten into a good routine, and I'm like really big on routine. So I've really liked that, but school will just be a new opportunity to...
She's reading that question right now. Oh my God.
Do that. Kyra, I know you probably didn't watch, but I have to know if you did, your thoughts on Oscar's video, because I was shook. Are you still friendly, okay with him?
No. The answer is no.
He actually was at my house when he was filming part of it and editing it. And he asked my opinion and advice on some of it, and so I gave him my advice and my...
What? Oscar went to her house to get his ex-girlfriend's... to get his ex-fiance's opinion on that video? Oscar, are you out of your mind? Are you smoking drugs? Stop smoking drugs!
Opinion on it, and I watched what he had at the time.
You watched on YouTube too, damn liar.
Which was a very rough draft.
Liar.
I haven't seen it since it's gone up. To be honest, I probably won't watch it.
Liar.
But from what I did see, I did really like the video. I felt like it was a very vulnerable video. I know how hard it is to share your emotions and feelings, especially on the internet. So I was happy for him that he did that. My advice was to him is to be as raw as possible.
Shut your pie hole. You don't get to give advice. Your advice is balls. Nobody listen to Kyra, okay? Oscar, what are you doing, man? What are you going over there? Press Tate is sitting there for all the things you know. And I get it. I understand that Oscar wants to be the peacemaker. This is the mother of his child. But would you honestly go over to a place where the guy that was your friend, who is now your ex-girlfriend's fiance, you would go over there? Are you crazy? Oh my gosh, I would never ever. I would give him the stink eye every time I saw him do like, and I would absolutely tell my kids, stay away from that guy. 100%. Don't trust that guy. He's a douche. I don't care what you guys say. Not the mom, but the guy. I'd be like, that guy's a douche. Yeah, he's a douche. Those kids are going to find out one day what you guys did, Preston and Kyra. Those kids are, yeah. Right? And they're going to hate you. I think I saw it on Twitter the other day. I think I saw it was like, remember when you found out who your parents really were? And for some people, that's an awesome thing. But when your kids finally find out who you are, what are they going to think? Right? Who are they going to find there? Especially when it comes to Kyra and Preston here. Who are they going to find? It's going to be crazy. Things like people like Jess Sam Doherty does and all these people, when their kids finally get old enough to find out who they are, oh my gosh, would I love to be a fly on the wall for those realizations. Dang, man. It's going to be hard for you. You know it.
Because Oscar's videos are very edited and they're so good. Like, nobody can take that away from him. He is
who's trying to take it away from him? Thanks, Kyra, for your... Nobody can take it that he's good at it. What are you trying to take? What are you trying to take away? What are you trying to diminish then? What is going on here?
Amazing filmmaker, essentially. And so...
See, this Kayla Rose Carter girl who's right. I need serious help with my chin, girl. Help. I have the worst sit on my chin, like huge, awful, awful looking. I can't get it to go away. I think she's making fun of Kyra's chin zits.
Yeah, I really liked that about the video. I just told him at the time, and again, I don't know what it is compared to that, so it may be very different. He may have taken my advice.
You're a liar, and you watched it. You liar. So did Preston.
I have not, and I told him when I gave him my advice, you know what you're doing. Like, trust your own instincts, but...
How do people stick by Kyra knowing what they know about her? Like this comment. It was extremely vulnerable of him. Super proud of you both. Are you proud of Kyra? After watching that about how heartbroken Oscar is and how hard he's having it, you're like, I'm so proud of you, Kyra. Are you shitting me? Who are you people? Who is... You know what it is? Again, it's the trash attracts trash. This is her tribe. These people would likely do what she did. They honestly would.
I felt like with how vulnerable he was being, the less edited it was better, because sometimes it can...
Don't say anything. The video was 100 times better than any video you've ever put out. Plus, it's got something like 350,000 views right now. So get wrecked. Kyra, you're an idiot. All you had to say was, I didn't watch it. I wish him the best. Move on. Listen to her. She's super jelly. First of all, she's totally peanut butter and jelly right now. Okay? And she's like, oh, I wish you wouldn't edit it so much. Shut up. You don't know shit about anything. That was probably Oscar's best video. Dude, it's emotional and it's edited well. Sorry that you suck at shit. And why are you... She will take any opportunity to, like, diminish him. And she's always done that. Always. What an a-hole. Oscar, thank God you dodged this bullet. Thank God you dodged this forehead. You know what I'm saying?
Take away from the raw emotions. So,
Shut
yeah.
up. Do you read? No, of course she doesn't read. Have you ever heard her try to speak and shit and spell?
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it since he was at my house a couple days.
Nah, you didn't. You watched it.
To go, and I probably won't.
You will, and you have.
But, yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Someone ask that. Why won't you watch it? That's your kid's father putting emotions out on the internet, telling his story. Why won't you watch it? What are you so scared to watch it for? She watched it, but what are you so scared? Let's say she didn't watch it. Why are you so scared, Kyra? Why are you so scared to watch it? She's scared she's going to feel guilty. That's why. And you should. She's not liking people on his side. I cried the whole time. He's so vulnerable. It was very sad. She's like, let's move on, everybody. Let's talk about wine or something.
Will you guys be having an engagement party? Yes.
See, she's trying to skip past all the comments that are like, oh, yeah, engagement party, yeah.
I actually just sent out the invitations today.
To who? To who? Who did you send them out to? Strangers? Your neighbors? The kids that go to school with your kids? Who did you send them out to? Nobody's coming, Kyra. Nobody. Jess Fam might. Sunkissed Butt Cream might show up too. I don't know, maybe those two. Imagine your only friends left in the world, or people actually probably don't even like you, are Jess Fam and Sunkissed Crunch Toes. Imagine those are the only two people left. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. I feel like it took so long. The place that we're doing it, they only are in the office like Wednesday through Sunday.
Is it Chuck E. Cheese? Are you doing it at a cafe? Are you doing it at a small portable toilet? Because that's all the space you can need, because nobody's coming, man.
So... I couldn't really plan it other than certain days.
Oh, okay, cool.
The other thing I will say about his, again, the rough draft video that I saw is...
Stop saying it, Kyra. We know that you're lying right now, but we get it. You saw the rough draft. Okay.
I have a hard time with sometimes the way things are portrayed versus...
Portrayed. I think you meant the word betrayed, which is what you've done to your family. Oh, snap. Burn. Betrayed.
How it actually is.
Is she saying right now... Okay, wait. Did she just say, I have a hard time with the way it's portrayed? So she's calling Oscar a liar about his own video, about his emotions and his truth. I'm sorry? He was there editing and you're like, I have a problem with how this is portrayed? He's like, that's not a word. But what do you mean? Why didn't you ask him then? You liar. And she's pissed because she's pissed because everybody's on Oscar's side, and they should be, because she's a homewrecker, liar, cheater, right? And Oscar's not that. So between the two people who have done something wrong, not saying Oscar was perfect. Nobody's perfect in a marriage, okay? Oscar's probably indifferent a lot of times and stuff like that, and likes to party and, you know, go do dangerous shit and drop out of the sky and almost kill himself. I get that. That's just dangerous. She didn't like that. She shouldn't have done it, right? And there was stuff. But when it comes to the manipulation part and like that whole like taking things from people and diminishing people, that's you, Kyra. That's a hundo you. And I'm sure Oscar, when he meets someone new, is going to realize, because he basically spent his entire like teenagers, end of his teenagers, and the rest of his adult life with you up until now. So when he gets into a normal relationship with a person that doesn't treat him like that, he's going to look back and see what type of shitty person you are. He still hasn't seen it. It's crazy.
For entertainment purposes.
Oh.
And so, not to say that video was for that. It definitely was not.
So then what are you saying? Why did you say the thing? You're like, I don't like how it's portrayed for entertainment purposes, but that's not what I'm saying about this. So why did you say it then? Why did you say it? No, that's exactly what you mean. That's why. You're so dumb.
Those were his real emotions. But I always, when he asks me for advice, that's always been something that I've tried to push on our videos, even when we were doing them together.
Yeah, you heeded them all.
Is like, entertainment is very important when doing social media. And
oh my God. Shh. What are you saying? It's bad? Shut up. Shut up.
Understand that, but there's also this level of connecting with people and when you're sharing such raw emotions, to be very honest and not scripted. And so yeah, I don't know where I was
You didn't say anything. None of that shit you just said made sense. Okay, cool?
with that. I kind of forgot the
Cool.
beginning of what I
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
saying,
you
but
suck.
what was I saying? That's gonna drive me nuts.
Well, you were saying you were trying to throw him under the bus. You didn't like his video or something. Like you said, you didn't see it, and it's like it's scripted. If you didn't like, you saw it. You're such a liar.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was very proud of him for being very open
But then you just said it was fake, and you didn't like the way it was portrayed. You don't make any sense, Kyra.
and emotional. Yeah.
Man, it's so interesting to actually take a look too. Like, if you think about this for a second, this is like a woman's little group that she has here, right? And this is what women talk about. If this was a guy's live, be like, bro, did you see that thing? And then somebody died or whatever. Girls are like, don't answer if it's too personal. But are you on birth control? Are you tracking yourself? Gosh, man, just weird. Y'all have cooties and shit. Guys would be like, dude, that was a stupid answer, bro. I don't know what you said. You're an asshole. Let's talk about something else, man. It would be so interesting to see Oscar do live with just a bunch of dudes.
Do you read? If so, what's your favorite book right now? You guys, I
No,
love to read,
don't care.
but I can say I don't really like talking about this because I feel like I'm taking away from his video and his emotions. It's too personal. Are you doing hormonal birth control? Or I don't use birth control. Did you go through any of the same similar feelings that he showed in the video? Again,
No. The answer is no. You know why? It's because she's the one who set this in motion. She's the one who was cheating. She's the one who decided she wanted taint. That was probably, used taint, right? She's the one who did all this. She was, when they were breaking up, remember Oscar was all set. She was like laughing and smiling. I think it's on the Reddit actually. Hold on, let's see if it shows up. We got to go back through these old videos now that we know what we know. We got to go visit them again. That's a good question. You think Kyra will retaliate for what Oscar said in the video? And this is what she's doing now. This is her way of retaliating. But basically, it's them sitting down when they did their first breakup video, and she's like laughing at him. Like, it's crazy to see. There it is. Just breaks my heart. At first, I felt anger, betrayal, but over time, I realized that those feelings were only hurting myself, so it's time to get over them and just act accordingly to benefit myself and all parties involved. She's literally laughing at him right there. Like, the audacity. Oh, Kyra, you're so bad.
haven't watched the final video, so
We know, you haven't seen it. Stop saying it.
yeah. But I can say I don't really like talking about this because I feel like I'm taking away from his video and his emotions and his moment.
How would this be taking away from it? Because you're talking about it on a private live somewhere. Why is this taking away from his video? You don't really want to talk about it because he released something that made you look bad. That's what it is. You look like a shit ass, and you are a shit ass.
He's having right now, but I think I have kept a lot of things to myself through this because the world has really turned on me, and for some of it I definitely understand.
No. The world turned on you. For all of it, you should understand. So she's just admitting here why she doesn't want to talk about it. Because the world is like turned on me. Like, do they not know my heart? Kyra, you're an a-hole. Even if you didn't cheat. Let's say she didn't, but she did. Let's say she didn't. Hannah was your friend. And when you say I went to support Preston when they broke up, that's all we need to know. That's all the shit. And then you lied on your live. I don't even want to date. Oh my God, I can't even imagine dating. 2 seconds later, you and you're knuckle deep in press tape. Like, come on now. Get wrecked, you damned liar. You're hated because people don't like what you do. Except you're a tribe here. It's still, thank God, frowned upon to do this shit.
But I've just kind of learned to handle my emotions myself and go through it with...
Do you feel bad for emotionally destroying him?
just my partner, which thank God for him. But...
Thank God for press taint.
There's been really dark times. For sure, and maybe one day I'll open up about them.
Dark times and that chins it.
When it feels right, but my main priority right now is...
Presticles.
Just my kids and my relationship.
It's your relationship, it's not your kids. Don't lie. Don't damn lie, you damn liar.
And my family. And that's really brought me happiness and made me be a lot better, so I want to be able to give...
Are you better? You're better? No. That's debatable.
To them, but I definitely think that Yeah, it goes without saying. Like,
nope, doesn't go without saying. Say it! We don't know what goes without saying.
When you go through a breakup after somebody with 7 years that you have kids with, of course, like, emotions, it's almost detrimental.
Like this emotion here that you have? Laughing at him? That emotion? Is that the emotion you're talking about? The only emotion we saw from Kyra was when the OK Baby channel was done. I think Oscar was getting advice from people close to him, thank God he was too, where they were going to continue with the... Remember, they were like, let's be friends and live together. You can stay in the basement, Oscar. Let's go. Yeah. Yes, Queen Slay. Right? I think Oscar probably has some friends who are on YouTube, and they're like, no, shut that shit down, bro. And that's the only time we saw true emotion from her, when OK Baby was done. That should... I remember covering that video and thinking, oh my gosh, she's so wrecked over the fact that this is that's what wrecked her. Not that she threw her family under the bus, but because the channel was over. And I think that was a big, like, at that point she had led Oscar and he was just going along with it. And then finally someone said, no more of this. This was his way of standing up to her probably, and said, I'm not doing that anymore. And that was probably the big falling out. That burned the bridge. He probably didn't want to, but Kira's like, well, if you're not doing OK Baby, then go F yourself, basically.
To add to it, having the universe hate you and you not being able to say anything.
What? Sorry, I gotta rewind that a bit.
Almost detrimental. And then to add to it, having the universe hate you and you not being able to say anything.
Why? You literally say lots of stuff on the internet. You talk about you all the time. Why can't she say anything? That's the most telling response here. Say something then. Did Oscar do something bad? Because if you're hated universally by the world, then maybe just come out with it. Come out with it. And I honestly believe it's the Hannah thing. I honestly believe Hannah hasn't said anything. I honestly believe they invited Kyra into their marriage and it just went south. It went sour. Sour for sure. Lots of sourness, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was just bad news from that point forward. And so she doesn't want to say it because Hannah's like, look, let's keep this cordial. Don't you say anything about that. Don't you dare. And that's what she can't say. That's what she can't say. That's the only thing that makes sense here. Because why not just tell the truth then? If it makes you look good, why would you not want to look good? Make it make sense to me.
It's really hard. So, yeah,
I'm so sorry for you that it's hard that you can't tell the world why you cheated on your boyfriend. Let me get this out for you. Oh my God, the world hates me. And I can't tell the truth because then they'll hate me more because the truth is worse. Finn, piss off, dumbass.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a really good live. Drink more wine then, please. It's bad. It's boring and it's sad. Nobody's even asked questions. They're like, I don't know what to say. You're nasty. There's one. This must have been hard for him to see you move on so quickly with someone in your guy's circle. Yeah, he knows what happened. Everybody knows what happened, Kyra. And you can't tell the truth because it'll make you look worse. Otherwise, you would have already told the truth.
Do you feel bad for emotionally destroying him? This is a really, when he...
Let me compile my answer in my head first.
This is a really hard part for me because, again, this comes... His emotions are his emotions, and I can never take those away from him, and they're not wrong.
Why does she always lead off with things like this? Like, his stuff is his stuff, and it's his, and it's his truth, but here's the real truth. Don't say that then. Don't lead it off like that. Because what you're about to say now, it's going to be worse because she said it like that.
No matter what I have done or intended and what my reasoning was or anything, like, his emotions those are valid emotions, and
no one cares that you're saying this. Just get to the answer.
Would never take that from him. But I will say, again, certain aspects, not when it comes to this video necessarily, but just in life, and this is the reason I don't make videos and stuff, is because it just feels wrong for me to sit here and say anything, but
here we go. You've been sitting here and saying something now for like the last 11 minutes. So what do you mean it feels wrong? You've already said it. Just continue. Just tell the truth, Kyra. Why don't you just tell the truth?
I definitely had a side. I did what I did for a reason.
We know what you did it for.
And a part of me
taint
gets very angry And I think I'm still angry, which is why.
Are you angry that you threw your family under the bus for taint? Are you angry? How dare you? You're angry for breaking up your relationship and Preston's marriage? You're angry? Well, if that's not the pot calling the kettle douchebag, I don't know what is.
Still have not felt like right to film a video and make it, or to even acknowledge it like I am now.
Well, you're acknowledging it now. Let's go. Tell the truth.
Because I just don't feel...
Burning in your...
I don't even know how to put my words into words.
Oh.
I don't...
Okay. Jesus, what's wrong with you?
Feel like it's accurate.
Okay, what's not accurate? If you just said Oscar's truth is Oscar's truth, and his feelings are valid. So I don't want to take that away from him. Okay? But it's not true. So I am taking away his validity and his feelings. He's lying. That's what she's saying. She's like, his truth is his truth, blah, blah, don't take it away, but he's wrong. That's what she just said. She threw Oscar under the bus again. Kyra, everybody knows what you did last summer, okay? We all know. Vegas knows. Okay, your chin is a dead giveaway. Stop. Literally stop.
Again, without taking from his emotions.
Stop saying it like this. Without taking from his emotions, I'm about to take from his emotions.
Do I feel bad for emotionally destroying him?
Yes.
Yes,
I do feel bad.
Terrible that he has gone through what he's gone through, and that he has been in a dark place, and that, his emotions have led him to what he's felt. Well,
do you work for Joe Biden or something? This is the worst answer ever. I mean, I'm sorry he feels like that, but it's absolutely not my fault. That's what it's giving. I'm sorry he feels that way, but that's not me. Kyra, it's you. And yes, eventually he'll come out on the other side and be like, oh, thank God she did it. Maybe he'll thank you later for changing this all. And he didn't have the guts to do it, or he didn't, he was committed to his kid's mother, for good or bad, through sickness and health and all that kind of stuff, right? And he was in it. You weren't. You checked out a long time ago. Before you checked out. You know what I'm saying? You checked out and then checked into Preston's taint. That's what you checked into.
Things led him to that, but...
Oh, okay. Things. Just things.
I have eaten myself alive.
What?
Guys, basically, with how guilty I have felt.
So, there you go. So she just said, I feel sorry he feels that way. But what are you guilty about then, Kyra? What are you guilty? Why is her eyes all puffy now and getting all red?
This isn't something
She looks like she got punched in the face by the Jolly Green Giant.
Really shared online because I have to be tall in my decision, right? And if I express any sense of emotional side to it or anything, people are gonna be like, oh my God, see, like, you regret it. And that's not the fact.
No. People just want the truth. She sits here every day saying, you guys don't know the truth. You don't know the truth. If you knew the truth, I wouldn't be hated. So then why wouldn't you just tell the truth? Do you like being hated? If you absolutely have the golden ticket, from Willy Wonka and the get out of jail free card from Monopoly, if you have those things that would stop the world from hating you because you absolutely hate it, then would you not play that card? And why? What would stop you? What would be the purpose of stopping you from playing that card? Because it's not Oscar. Oscar's the one that was lied to through this whole process, right? I honestly believe it's got something to do with the triangle of Hannah and Preston. That's the only thing that makes sense here. Because if I had the golden ticket to make people not hate me, I'd play that too. Everybody would. Nobody likes to be hated. So you keep saying you're this innocent person. If everybody knew and everybody knew, they'd be like, oh, you're all good, Kyra. My bad, I apologize. Then play the card. Because you got nothing left.
Accident.
Including friends and supporters.
I feel guilty that it hurt. I feel guilty that it was my choice. I feel guilty that it happened afterward.
I can't wait till we all find out the actual truth. And I think it's going to be worse than we actually all think. I really do. Because if she could just so easily just come out with the truth and then it would make everybody think highly of her again, she would totally do it. So it's Occam's razor. It's the explanation that requires the least amount of assumptions to be true. It's the simplest thing that's the truest thing. Just tell the truth, Kyra. We would all be apologizing. I'm so sorry, we were wrong.
It's the way that it did. I feel bad that, yeah, of course, all the things. Of course I do.
So you're admitting fault here. That's good.
But I don't think it's fair to say I emotionally destroyed him, and I don't want that to be what's portrayed. I know.
Well, it's what's portrayed, and I don't care if you don't want what it's. That's how Oscar feels about this. You emotionally destroyed Oscar. Did you see his video? You did see it, and you said you didn't, but you're lying. You saw the video. Okay, he is telling the truth. Look at that guy. Like I'm not one for putting a camera on and crying in front of a camera. I absolutely hate when people do that. But Oscar's video wasn't that. It wasn't like a setup, put the camera over here, gonna cry. Like he was, you can tell when someone's like crocodile tearing on YouTube and when someone's actually bawling their eyes out, okay? There's a big difference. And he was destroyed. And you know he was. And would he be destroyed if you didn't make the choices you made? That's it. He wouldn't be. He'd be fine. So it's on you.
That's what he's trying. I know that's not what he's trying to portray, because we've had this conversation many times in private, because that's not accurate. I didn't emotionally destroy him.
You did. And that's his truth. You can say you don't think it was you, but he'll say it's you. And then it's up to everybody else to decide, I guess.
I think what may have emotionally destroyed him, and I don't want to speak for him, but
but let me speak for him.
My understanding from the conversations we've had is the shock. I think he was very shocked that
That should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot. Because he didn't see it coming. Most people would see something like that coming, right? See the disinterest or something, there's fights, increase of that and the other thing. And somebody would be like, oh, I saw this coming. Most people would have that kind of sixth sense about it. But yours came pretty blunt and pretty quick, and he had no idea. Which leads me to believe, and I'll say this from the rooftops, that you were given an ultimatum to come out with the truth, and then that was what you had to do. That's it. That's why he was blindsided. He was blindsided because I think you were cheating.
Finally ended it.
Finally.
But I didn't even think he really even had emotions for pretty much all of our relationship, and I don't mean that in a mean way at all.
Excuse me? What do you mean you don't mean that in a mean way? Sorry. Excuse me? He never had emotions for our whole marriage or our whole relationship, and I don't mean that in a mean way? What way did you mean that? You telling me that Oscar has no emotions? Because we all saw a video full of emotions. Are you saying that he didn't have any emotions? No. If we go back through OK Baby's videos, they're all like the good ones that put together, the squishy ones, the family ones, the nostalgic ones. Do you think Oscar has no emotions? Are you shitting? Are you shitting everybody right now? You're shitting everybody. Get wrecked, Chinzits.
Well, like, truthfully, I'm a very emotional person, and I was almost like belittled constantly because of that. It wasn't his intention. I do know that now. But I wasn't allowed to really have emotions. It's how
nobody believes you. What? You wore the pants. You're the one who set the tone for everything. You're the ones like, I don't want to speak for anybody, but you spoke for everybody. Kyra, you're sitting here saying some weird shit when we all can see in the relationship, you were the one who set the tone for almost everything. Almost everything. You're a liar. Liar. Pants on fire.
I felt. So now seeing him be so emotional, maybe some of you can relate being in a relationship, just the basis of that, like then seeing him be so emotional, it is a little bit hard. And in the beginning was a little bit frustrating because it was like, really?
What do you mean, really? You literally threw this family under the bus, destroyed this guy, and he's telling the truth. Really? And you're like, really? Really? You damned dumbass.
I begged for emotions for many years, and I really got nothing.
Oh my God. She is doing this right now. She is absolutely doing this. This is all Oscar's fault now. Wow. So she's going to therapy now and learning all this stuff, and you begged for emotions, but why didn't you just go to therapy? If there was issues you had when you had tons of money, you're going to get the best therapists. You didn't care, Kyra. You guys were living a life, making a ton of money, and that's all that mattered to you. And then again, I think an ultimatum arose.
And again, we both have a side of this, and this is what's so hard and so I hate talking about it. And this is again why I've never made a video, because
well, here's a video.
it just like I feel guilty even now, like expressing this to you guys. It makes me anxious because I just feel like it's not fair for me to sit on here and say things.
It's your side, Kyra. You have a truth to this whole thing. What do you mean it's not fair? That's what's so weird about this whole thing. You're willing to take your freaking best friend's husband, but you're anxious about actually telling your own truth. That's apparently going to make you look awesome. You're bad at this. I don't know if anybody told you or not, but you're bad.
Without
You're bad.
him being able to, one, defend himself, and then also just like, I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable.
It makes us all uncomfortable that you're a liar.
Sorry to make this drag on so long to answer this one question, but Victoria, I do feel bad for his emotions. I have tried, if you asked him, he would tell you. I have answered his calls. I have totally tried to help. I have taken the kids when he's...
Have you tried to help? He calls you. What are you guys doing? Oh, Taint and I are going for a threesome. What do you need?
He did, like, not just because of...
I'm just going to call him Taint from now on.
Other things, like, obviously I'm their mom, but like, I've tried to emotionally help him because of my guilt alone, and for many other reasons, on repeat. Okay, I've given up myself after the breakup, emotionally and physically, to be able to help him.
You what?
But to say I emotionally destroyed him, I don't think is a fair statement.
Well, it's his statement, so suck it. It doesn't matter what you think. It's what he said. So, and that was a troll saying that to you.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Oh yeah, we're totally doing drinks at the engagement party. Obviously. We're hammered all the time now.
Must have been hard for him to see you guys move on so quickly with someone in your guys' circle. I absolutely agree. I imagine that was really hard. Just seeing some people in my life that I thought were really close with me gravitate towards him.
Well, the reason they gravitate towards him is because he's not a lying disgustoid. So, what did you expect? People were going to stick with you for breaking up your family and then stealing your nanny's husband, who was your best friend? What did you think? Like, are you that out of touch with everything? It's so crazy that these people are like, why don't people like me? Because you're a dickhole. That's why.
Was really hard, so I can only imagine how now that
See, it's like, it's okay, we're so proud of you. You did what you had to do. Did you have to cheat? Is that what you had to do? You did what you had to do? That's your tribe. You're an incredible human, regardless of, no, she's not, Maddie. Madison, you're wrong, okay? She's a dingleberry, okay? She is a taint liquor.
I know that was really hard, and we have had that conversation, and he had a lot of questions, and we had the conversation before it was ever put online, and I definitely acknowledged that was hard, and I did feel bad, and again I felt guilty. Like, I think people don't understand that, like, again, I do put off this vibe on social media that I don't care, or that I don't think I did anything wrong, or
you do, because that's exactly what you're putting off, and that's what you're saying here,
like that I'm just a bitch, and
that's 100% true.
I'm shaking because I just hate all of this, but
I'm literally shaking.
For so many people that like have love and supported me, I do understand why you guys want answers. But anyways, I do take credit for the things that I have done. Now, a lot of things that I think people think I've done.
Have you? Taking credit? Well, the only thing I've heard you take credit for here is that, I was emotionally available for Oscar. He would call me and I'm like amazing because I would take his calls. That's the only thing you're taking credit for here. Okay? You're a dumbass.
Aren't true. But the things I have done, I do take credit for. I do feel bad for. A part of me does feel guilty. Unfortunately, things don't always happen the way that you want them to. But I'm not sitting here. There's a difference between what I put out there in that sense and what I personally feel, because I can't necessarily share what I personally feel.
Oh, why? Why can't you? Why? Just tell us the reason why you can't share the truth. Maybe that will give us a little glimpse into what's going on here. Because, like, what if Kyra's completely innocent in all this? One day she's going to come out with all the proof and evidence and all stuff. We're all going to feel like, okay, well, maybe you should have said that earlier. Right? Why? You've shared everything of your entire life on YouTube for like 10 years. Why now? What's changed? That's it. We know so much about you and all your personal decisions. If we wanted to go through OK Baby, I'm sure we would find out tons of shit. We know which dildos you use. Okay? But why this? Why can't you tell people the truth about this? Oscar told his truth, so it's not Oscar stopping you. He couldn't anyway. What is stopping you from telling the truth? That's the conundrum here. That's the rub. And it's not a taint.
I I'm like playing victim, which I'm not the victim. I'm not. If you know me,
we know
at
you're
all,
we know you're not the victim. That's for
like,
sure.
I don't give off.
You're the victimizer.
Victim vibes. I don't think, and I'm not.
No, you don't. Well, sort of here a little bit.
I was saying. I hate that I forgot what I was saying.
You forgot what you're saying because you're actually trying to think of something to say, and you're trying to like skirt around the actual truth for some reason, which is really weird. Again, why this? Why can we know what sex sauce you use, but not the truth about this, right? We know you have handcuffs in your drawer. Okay? I know which booze you drink. We know your favorite shows in Vegas. We have seen your nipples because you flashed us on YouTube. Okay? But you can't tell us this. Okay. Makes sense. I guess. Sure.
I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry.
Good. Because it was shit.
That's what I was wondering. Did you
Holy vibes. The vibes are like, oh, I just...
Him cry. When I seen it, I was shocked and it made me bawl my eyes out. I think one time... 2 times, I think, actually. I think I saw him cry 2 times. One was a death, and the second time... It was...
He cried in some of the videos you guys are doing your breakup stuff. So what do you mean you've seen him cry twice? You're a liar. You're a liar. And if Oscar sees this, I hope he comes out and says, Oscar is not... Oscar's a crier. I'm sorry. There are dads out there who are criers. Oscar's a crier. Honda. Have you seen Marley and Me? He cried in that one.
Something personal with him. I don't remember what it was.
The breakup video, he was crying. So you're a liar. You're just a liar. I'm sure if you go through Okay Baby, we'll see tears a lot. You've only seen him cry twice. You're such a damned liar. And she's using that to diminish that he was like, he had no emotions. What? He loved you. He would do anything to keep your family together. And when you blindsided him, clearly was blindsided. So that clearly hit him pretty hard. So you're looking for something that he couldn't offer you, right? You're saying he wasn't emotional enough, but you didn't work on it. You didn't go to therapy. And maybe that's just who he was. You knew who he was since he was 18 years old or younger, since you're teenagers. But marriage is like a union like that is something you just have to deal. Like, it's like, did it surprise you that he didn't have any emotions or something like that? You're just a diminisher. You're just, ugh. Damn. Looks like he's taking a shit in the woods right now.
He made the video about himself, but you're sitting here talking about him instead of about you. I don't know in what way that comment is made to be, whether it's negative or positive.
It's negative.
I guess it could be taken both ways.
Both?
But
with an L? Both?
I feel like I'm talking about him because I care about him, and I feel bad for him, and I feel guilt myself.
Okay.
And I also have a hard time thinking about myself, shockingly.
You totally shit me right now? What? Oh my God. There's been like 10 statements in this video just far. We are a quarter of the way through the video where I'm like, you, what? Oh, I'm totally never thinking about myself. Except for I'm looking for a strange taint.
So it's hard for me to sit here and talk about myself. And again, not like...
That's a lie.
That was also our problem in our relationship is, truthfully, I did feel for about 7 years that it was about himself.
7 years? All about him? Although when we see the videos, it's all about you? Okay. Yeah. See, Kyra, that's the thing about Kyra, right? She honestly believes she's a victim here. That's the thing. She's a pathological liar. And if you go look through the content yourself, and I know it's not a real, good glimpse into the truth because this never is with family vlogs, but everybody saw something completely different. You were the one that would manipulate him emotionally. You were the one that said, I'm talking, don't talk. You'd put words in his mouth. You would speak for him. We saw something completely different than what you're saying right now. During the breakup videos, you would interrupt him, even say you try not to. Oh, I don't want to say what you're thinking, but I'm going to say what you're thinking. We see it all now, Kyra. We absolutely see it all. And the fact that you won't tell us the truth speaks volumes. Speaks complete volumes.
And like, I don't know him anymore. Even though we co-parent together and stuff, a lot can change.
You don't know him.
You guys saw from that video, and even from what I saw, he's obviously gone through a lot in the last year and a half. So I'm assuming, and hopefully that's led to really good things. And a lot of those things have probably changed, but a lot of that also shows maybe what I couldn't deal with anymore.
Something's telling me, and it just struck me. Did Kyra take the lion's share of their money? Right? We know that Kyra is a manipulative person. She gets what she wants. I'm starting to believe, and I know obviously no proof to back this up. So this is an allegation. There's no fact. I can't prove it. But I honestly believe that Kyra somehow got the lion's share of all of their money. Oscar's living in what looks like a 2-bedroom small apartment. I'm not saying it's not nice. When got his real estate license, he's not spending crazily, blah, blah. Maybe he never did. Maybe and I could be completely wrong about this. But something tells me it wasn't a 50-50 split. Something tells me she got, yep. Get a lawyer. Get a damn lawyer, Oscar.
I feel so bad that people totally blew your guys' breakup out of proportion. I do think one of the
wasn't blown out of proportion.
biggest things in the beginning was just the video.
What video?
And that was a really hard thing for me because even now I'm super embarrassed of that breakup video. It was really hard because
you should be, because you laughed at him.
At that point, listen, we have 4 kids together. We broke up, and
look at her face. Look at her face here. I'd be embarrassed too. We
still had to do everything together. We owned a business together. We had these kids together. We lived together. Our friends are together. Like, everything was together.
Your friends aren't together anymore, though. You have no friends left. They all went to Oscar's side, and you're like, why do you guys like Oscar more than me? Well, because you are a tart. It calls for a song.
Kyra, you are a tart. You smell like Preston's farts, and that's weird. Why do you smell like someone else's farts all the time? Especially when you get back from Vegas, yeah. Weird kinks. Kyra, you are a tart, and you're not that smart. You lie and you look like this in this frozen thumbnail. Kyra's a tart. You smell like Preston's farts. You're not too smart, and your forehead's a work of art. Yeah.
I'm glad that tart rhymes with fart, because she has the fart fetish thing. It's funny. Anyway, sorry, let's go.
Right, that's couples, but like we did have it on a little bit bigger level because of the business aspect. So when we broke up, but we both are the type of people that just try to emotionally detach.
No, you emotionally detached, and then attached to taint.
Well, I don't think that's true. I don't know at the time of our relationship. I don't know that he fully even understood how to have emotions.
What are you saying right now? You're such a damn weirdo.
It's an assumption. And
you're a liar.
I'm not bashing on him in any way. I do think it's just part of the way he grew up. But in our relationship, not like, you're responsible for your own actions. And I was responsible for learning how to emotionally detach.
Look at this. You guys are both at fault, to be honest. We watched you guys for years, and y'all didn't look happy. It's okay to break up. Somebody's listening to Mia Khalifa too much. If you know, you know.
To not show emotions and embarrass myself or cry, because crying was like one of our biggest differences in the relationship.
So are you saying the biggest, like, I hate this, like, Oscar didn't like to cry, so some people just don't cry? Why does that matter? Who cares? Some people, you have the weirdest shit. Some people have the weirdest stuff in their head, like, well, you didn't cry too often, so some people just don't. Some people cry too much. That's it. That's the person you chose, though. That's so dumb.
We split up.
I broke up with Oscar because he didn't cry a lot, and then I went with Preston. Does Preston cry a lot? Is that what you're saying? That's weird. Cry baby.
I think he tried to just be okay. I tried to emotionally detach, and we kept going. So we never really had a conversation between when we broke up. I mean, we were around each other, and we did have conversations, but like, I don't think, even now, I don't think we've really had like an in-depth conversation about it. We've only like briefly, which at this point isn't necessary, but at that point I think it was very necessary that before we made that video.
Holy shit! Have you said one coherent phrase in this entire thing yet? Nope. You haven't.
Conversation. So in that video, I'm trying to act like nothing's different. Like, don't worry, guys. Everything's fine. We're fine. It's all great. We're not together anymore, but like all is good. And he was... I think that was, again, one of the first times we sat down and really talked to each other, and there was a camera recording it, so you
which is gross.
could sense his anger towards me, which is hurt, which is
just hurt.
Totally fine, but it's just something that shouldn't have been on camera. And
remember when she forced him to go on Beneath the Sheets podcast and talk about sex and stuff after the breakup? We are going to watch that video again now that we know what we know, and it's going to be revealing. Do I still have that video? I'm sure I have it somewhere. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not proud of that video. That's not me. And I think that, like,
oh, you're not proud of that video, eh? That's absolutely you. That's what she's mad because she thought that everybody's going to be on her side after the video. That is 100% you.
I understand a lot of people think, like, oh, you showed your true colors, and I definitely get that. And if that's what you took from it, then that's okay. Like,
that's because that's what it was. That was your true colors. This was your true colors, Kyra. You damned rat. That's what it was.
That's fine, but like also at the same time,
thanks for your permission.
Give me the chance to maybe not give me the chance even, but like look back on all the videos that you've watched, even my ones where I didn't know the camera was recording me, because we have a good amount of those. What? I've never been like that.
You're such a...
So it's just hard.
Yeah, and then you got older. And if people change, maybe she's right. Maybe she wasn't like that. But people get older, people change. And then look what you turned into. You grew into someone you probably would have hated as a child. That's who you grew into. You grew into Preston's taint. Anyway, this is getting too long. I'm going to have to do a part 2 to this because this is like the good stuff. So maybe I'll do another one tomorrow or Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not that busy this weekend. So it's good. I know it's Friday, but I'll do another one. I want to continue this. It's just getting too long. I can't make too long videos. You don't watch them. So stick around though, okay? We will make a part 2 to this because it's really, really, really interesting, okay? And if anybody has the Beneath the Sheets podcast YouTube episodes, let me know because there is so much I want to look back on now. It is a treasure trove of knowledge that we have now that we can look back and say, liar, 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 pants on fire. That's what we can see here. So everybody, take a deep breath, please. A Friday breath. Ooh, it feels good. So Kyra's a damn liar. And now that she knows who she's turned into and what people see her as, she's like, that wasn't me, everybody. No, let's go back. Then again, just tell the truth then. What is stopping you from telling the truth? Someone knows. Someone knows something. And it's Kyra and Preston and Hannah. Nobody else knows. That's why. So I'm saying it. I said it out loud. You guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for just being the best. You know what I'm saying? You're the best. I hope all your dinners are going well. Make something super uber delicious. Banana bread. Or sausage gravy on biscuits. Oh man, that looks good. This weekend I'm going to do some cooking videos, some shorts. Mark and I are going to do some cooking ones. I think we're going to do a Philly cheesesteak. That's good. And Mark and I are going to do our best ways of doing steak, I think. That's for the doodads, but we're going to do that soon. And I think you'll be surprised. I'm pretty excited about that. I love cooking. I just love cooking. I love cooking for my family. Even though everybody eats something different. All the time. Damn kids. You're awesome. Thanks for being here, guys, and I will see you when I see you.